The troll.
Hello and welcome to Ntanzi I back again. It is that time of the night where we have to obviously talk about what happened in that court.
Yeah, deliberate.
And obviously hear from you what you think needs to happen. Right. Obvious. The times are different and the difficult times. 12 is a very hard time to deal with. Emily, greet our people and let us roll.
I know it's difficult, Mr. Anonymous, I know. But we soldier on. We have to. Otherwise, it would just mean coming here without preparation, without nothing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it means. It's a sacrifice. It means just showing up in front of you guys with basically not much.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Ntanzi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for another one of our live streams. I know they are late, guys. They are late. I'm so sorry. But I cannot promise you that I will make them early because I have to go through a lot before I come in front of you guys and present what I think. It is a process. I just don't want to speak irresponsibly, you know? So yeah, if you really like this type of content, you like the analysis of the court proceedings, you are more than welcome to press that like button. And also, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to this platform. You will never regret it.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, guys, welcome to Ntanzi Reality.
Yes. Yeah, we are back. Emily, sure it is difficult because I'm even sitting here and I'm messing up also my notes.
Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I just had to hand over Mr. Anonymous's notes. You see, like I told you, we don't just show up. We show up after deliberations. So yes, Brigadier Bongani Gininda was back on the stand today. And Advocate Ngomezulu said that he still intends to bring an application to play a clip from the now expunged proceedings. Okay, remember de novo, somehow it meant also the first court appearance that they did over there at the Boksburg Magistrate Court is somehow affected by it. They were supposed to reappear again for bail application. But that was not a bail application at the Boksburg court. I think it was their first court appearance where they were being charged, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they were being charged. So this relates to Ntanzi refusing that the lawyer Dominic Mjiako was representing him. So the judge asked where he is going to get that clip, and Ngomezulu said that it is readily available. Of course it is, on the TikTok, okay, it's everywhere. And he wanted to discuss with his clients. He was adamant to bring that application to the judge and reminded him of his views. And the judge said that he had an authority that he wanted to read. However, it does not stop Ngomezulu from bringing the application because he still has to adjudicate all the submissions he made pertaining to the trial within a trial. And if Ngomezulu is of the view that the application of the clip and the reviewing thereof in the open court will assist his client in the rebuttal of the allegations, then the submission by the state that the confessions were made freely and voluntarily, if it's going to assist them, then he said that he must accord to them the opportunity to do so, to call whatever evidence, and subsequently he will have to review whatever evidence is before him. And
what changed, Emily? Because when he left yesterday, he was just saying everything that happened there is no longer admissible.
Is de novo.
What makes it difficult? And I questioned that also. What makes it even more difficult is now how would then this guy prove that actually I did say I want to talk, I don't want this lawyer. I would take even these attorneys, a state lawyer.
Your legal aid lawyer.
And the judge was undermined that You don't have to talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Don't
Please talk
address
to
me.
your lawyer. Your
Even if
lawyer
you
is the
don't-
one who's supposed to address me, sir.
The arrogance of that judge also. Hey, what out?
And isn't it interesting that they didn't even capture him?
Yeah, it worries me. And what worries me is how Baloyi did not want to bring that judge. When Rata was saying, bring that judge here. Subpoena that judge. Bring that judge here.
And it's like we can just listen to the record, listen to the CD. Why doesn't he want to subpoena that judge?
God knows why.
They are using his notes, right? In fact, they were adamant that his transcript or his mini summary of court proceedings should be the ones that are used instead of getting a full transcript. Remember, you guys, I was telling you about how difficult it is to get court transcripts. Guys, if you go through any legal situation, get those transcripts.
Yes.
Get them for yourself.
Because someone
Request them.
Can just deny what happened.
Every day after court, go to that person who transcribes, or is it the clerk of the court? Ask for your transcripts for your case. They are very important. So in South Africa, it seems like getting them is a process, even for the lawyers.
Yes.
And why is it like that, Veli? Because we should be understanding the law. When you've lost a case, you need to understand what happened for you to lose a case, right? So, what is happening? So,
And then Baloyi brings the notes that the judge makes.
yes,
And he
summary.
says,
Those are the transcripts. They are not. Transcripts are word by word detail. Kind of what I do here. Very important, because you'll miss the nitty-gritties without those transcripts. They are very important. So I don't understand why Advocate Baloyi was playing cat and mouse. I don't get it. It shouldn't be difficult.
he would convince you is actually doing the right thing, you know.
You know, it just is so
Same.
weird.
This is the same thing that happened with the bank statements.
Exactly.
And then people are saying, hey, but the bank statement came back and
And they are saying that he didn't make any transactions over the weekend after he got paid. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
That's cool.
Hi, a ruling can be reversed when the court hears evidence which is contrary to the ruling being unlawful, and this court can revoke that ruling so that there is no prejudice. The problem comes when the judge said, I say you must not bring the application. So I must not be misunderstood that you must not bring the application. You are entitled to bring it if you want to. The other things he must consider are the proceedings which are recorded through the devices in court, are those court records. It's different when you take a court document, meaning the court transcript, whether that that screen which records proceedings can be categorized as forming part of a record. Judge Rata asked that he prepares a submission for him on that, but he can use it. At the end of the day, he gave him the permission to use it, but after a long speech of, I'm not sure of how sure and how, but then it seemed as he was saying all of this that to him, a transcript is more important than a video recording. And I found it very weird. Are we that far behind in South Africa that what someone has written and translated is taken more seriously than actual video recording?
It's your law.
Hi man, kumele adapte nekhathi. So you're telling me that Mara, this South African, it seems like it's old-fashioned and it doesn't want to adjust to the times that we're living in. They're saying that what is written down is more important than what was recorded by a video. So, you know, the win or the winner here is someone who's a good writer. Exactly. In the court. So your writing capabilities, the good writer is the one who wins, or is the one who's considered the best. This explains why Brigadier Gininda has over 70 affidavits of evidence.
Yeah.
It's a writing, essay, instead of recording. What is wrong with recording an interrogation or recording? Why can't that happen in 2024? So Advocate Nxumalo was not part of the court proceedings today. Apparently, he approached the judge in the chambers, telling him that today he had to make a court appearance in Pietermaritzburg, and they have issued an order that he should appear there. So Advocate Moseke said he will be standing in for him until he comes back next week. So yeah, that was very interesting that issued an order for him to appear. So it's by force, sort of. It's very interesting. So Advocate Ngomezulu for accused number 1 and 2 now resumed with his cross-examination on the car tracking system, the AVL records. And Ngomezulu started off by asking Brigadier Gininda that it has been placed on record during cross-examination that on the 18th, the motor vehicle stopped at the engine garage in Alberton. And according to the version of accused number 2, his instructions was that after they went to Carltonville or to the place where he is working, Mr. Mohani and Sergeant Mabena were driving a Toyota Fortuner, and he saw a board reflecting Alberton next to an engine garage. And he said, I'm putting it to you that the version of the accused, or the version of accused number 2, is that the car stopped near an Alberton board and has been confirmed by the AVI on the 18th. Can you dispute that? And Gininda said, I can't dispute that because I was not there. That's where he says he was assaulted, continued Ngomezulu, next to an engine garage, and then the judge corrected him to say that he shouldn't say that most of the witnesses, but rather say that all of the witnesses denied that. So they denied this whole assault, the brutalization that happened at the engine garage. So thereafter, he says that when they stopped at that garage, they were joined by Jonathan Mapumulo and Buthelezi, where the assault took place. After that, they traveled that night to a dumping area, and that's when you feature with Sergeant Mohola and another man with braces. And Gininda said that that's not true. He says that he met the accused at Carltonville following an alibi that they were looking for, and they found that alibi to be false. He insists that that alibi was false because he said that when they asked Ntanzi where he was on that night, he said he was at work, and then when they went to work, they found out that he had not appeared at work. Initially, there were rumors that he had absconded from work,
but it was never
corrected. Now he is making it seem like he didn't he applied for leave, by the way, you guys, if for those who are gonna come and say we are picking sides or whatever, he applied for leave sometime around June that year to be off on that specific time period, which was October,
Yes,
so now it's being made by Brigadier Gininda for some reason to sound as if he lied, and maybe he did lie because maybe he couldn't recall exactly where he was on the 26th of October. I mean, who can recall where they were on the 26th of October? Who does?
It's rare unless something big happened.
So instantly when a bunch of cops start asking you, where were you on this date? Are you going to remember?
No.
So for that, I don't think it's a train smash, in my opinion. So Gininda denied being in Eraton. He said that for him, based on the OBs, that's the occurrence book records, there was no evidence that the accused had been assaulted because he is the one that organized the occurrence books. He went through the OB subsequently with Mohani, and nowhere it says that he was beaten. So it's not like we expected him to admit that the accused were assaulted, right? So he was going to deny it anyway. So that for me is not a shocker. it was always going to be that he will deny it.
Yeah.
So the judge sought clarity about the version of the accused, saying that he was assaulted by Jonathan Mabena Buthelezi. And on the arrival of Brigadier Gininda, Sergeant Mohula and the man with the braces. So Sergeant Mohani was not participating apparently in these bitterizations. Mohula participated only in the assault with accused number 1. And the man with the braces did nothing.
The judge asking, even a woman, Mohola, participated. What the hell is wrong with this judge?
I don't know. This judge is funky.
So Mohola, because he's a woman, he doesn't have hands and then the boots that the police wear.
No, he's assuming that no, she doesn't have, she didn't get the training.
In fact, it means that he doesn't even listen, because accused number 1 had claimed that Mohola was part of the assault.
Yes, she was implicated in it.
So
yes.
when accused number 2 is saying the very same thing, you still ask that question. It would only mean that you don't listen.
Gininda denied it and said that it's not true. There's no reason for him not to mention that he was with him.
I'm sorry, Emily, just to disturb you. I see just this one. Someone here saying Gininda is an architect of case 636. He knows everything. Give him credit. He's thoroughly investigation. You know what the funny thing is? Maybe people do not understand is initially there was a Joyce Buthelezi in this case.
And Warrant Officer Maku,
who was traveling, taking everyone who was in the house, investigating them.
Taking them back to the
scene of the crime. And Warrant Officer Maku. And then Gininda was part of that team. If you listen to Defoe's narration, and then someone decided to steal a very crucial statement. We're not going to be putting people's names here. And then that's how 375 was born. Now, I want you to sink that one in and understand.
Because 636 had already been corrupted.
Is a house that was left because it was corrupted. Do you understand? Now, sink that one in. So, whoever believed that 636 is not corrupted probably remained with 636, and there's a reason for that. And then those who were very much hands-on in terms of investigation, as you could hear Mtogo saying that he was fetched by Joyce Buthelezi for interrogation, and then things happened to him.
Zandi, Miss Popola even mentioned that they had to reenact at some point, reenact the scene. They had to act it
if you are going to come and give people credit, you must understand what is happening on the case, because some of you are confused, thinking that 375 is actually the old one. No. 375 is the new one that was born on the basis that 636, that Warrant Officer Maku, that Joyce Buthelezi was on,
was corrupted. Someone stole it.
When they decided to bring Abo Yebo on 636, Abo Joyce at the time would have vacated that house because it was no longer, according to them, looking clean. That's a history for free.
For free.
Now let us continue. Subsequently to that, let us continue.
Subsequently, there is no reason for me not to mention that I was with him. I would have never allowed juniors to participate in atrocious acts. I never witnessed any assault. Whenever he answers, he reminds me of Mohola. You know, it feels like he's more of a worse version of Mohola. You know, when she said, I will put my head on a chopping block. And I'm like, hey, Naze nasikhuluma
Very
isilungu
convincing, my lord.
naze nayenza ama speech aconvinceayo
Very
man
convincing.
athi ubone no judge
Smiling. That face.
hey, yeah, he's sold. He's like, this man can speak properly. Hey, this man. But I'm sugela man. Hey. Well, Mgomezulu said that in the early hours of the 19th, around 2:30, that is when he was booked at Pretoria. And a few minutes and a few hours, that's when he was booked out again. And he was told that he was going to be appearing in Vosloorus. Suddenly, according to him, he saw himself in Soweto. He said that he was not familiar with Soweto. And what is important about this version is that he did not sign any document. Any maybe purported to be a confession in the morning of the 19th of June 2020. Gininda said that what he knows is that there was an understanding between himself and the accused and that he was freely and willing to make a confession. Subsequent to that arrangements were made for him to be taken and to go and sign it. He said, I don't know how many of you caught that shade. You know, that's me in my personal perspective. When Mgomezulu said to Gininda, Brigadier Gininda, I appreciate the fact that there's so much that you want to explain. But I'll ask you to at least give me an answer to the question that I'm asking. And the reason is because I am following the instruction as it is, because I'm not yet in Pukeng. I'm not asking you about Pukeng yet, as I'm still asking you about Moroka police station. The questions that I'm posing, they must make a relevant sequence. And I laughed. I was like, yo, imagine how exhausted we are and we're not even lawyers. These paragraph historian answers,
and then he comes when he has to answer those questions. He says, I have explained this. I don't know if you noticed. I've explained this.
I've explained this before.
Because you over-explain yourself, say.
You answer questions you are not asked. It's very, very peculiar. Well, Gininda subsequently went on and on and on and on again, saying that he gives an answer and then adds on. But why do you add on? Leave adding on alone. Like, leave it alone.
Furthermore, my lord.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Counsel, to disturb you. Furthermore, my lord.
Imagine how tired we are. Guys,
I never saw him tired.
For me, I am, because I'd have to listen to it. It's exhausting. Maybe for people that just brush over what he's saying. But I need the details. I need him to answer. That's why I can pick up when a witness is not really answering questions. I can pick it up because I do listen thoroughly. And Mgomezulu went through the various areas with Gininda where the accused number 2 said that he was assaulted. And Mgomezulu asked Gininda, accused number 2 confirms that he was transported from Pretoria to Moroka. After Moroka, he was transported to Vosloorus court. That is also confirmed by the AVL. And Gininda said that he agrees. Then Mgomezulu went on to ask, at Vosloorus, he did not appear in court. That was even confirmed by Sergeant Mohani to say that he did not appear in court because the matter was not placed on the roll. Soon after, he saw a board written Albertine. And Gininda said, my lord, I was not there, so I can't assist with that.
Which AVL is Gininda talking about? Because
the Fortuna one.
I'm talking about the issue of Baragwana Hospital where it disappeared. Why is he saying that there is no such?
He's saying that there's no such with his proud chest.
Because when it passed Baragwana, then all of a sudden, was it loading or something? What did it say?
GPS unlock.
GPS unlock.
Under the bridge.
And then there were many explanations that were made. Hey, maybe there's a blockage of
and
network.
by the way, that bridge is the entrance to Baragwana, right? It said GPS unlocked and there was stationarity there. So some form of stationary. It's not exactly stationarity, but it was to say that the journey kind of stopped there. And he's denying it. And he's saying that even the AVL says so. So I don't know which AVL he's talking
this
about.
man is capable of saying things that are not there, but make them
sound like they are facts.
Be on record.
He's been testifying in court cases a lot.
And
I think he understands
look at the
importance
behavior
of the record.
The behavior of people, like the case that the other case that they lost, in terms of
or the Krecha.
Confession, Krecha. Yes.
The Krecha case.
And the history with Mngomezulu.
Yeah, one they lost the trial within a trial.
One would
but
wonder.
They won the main trial.
Yeah, they won the main trial, but they lost
the trial within a trial.
Meaning whatever that they needed to be admissible, it was never admissible.
It was not. It was declared not. So Mngomezulu said that when they joined Heidelberg Road, there was a stop and they were driving towards Newmarket in Alberton, and that has been confirmed by the AVL. And where they stopped, he said that he was near a dumping area where they were assaulted. So Gininda said that he was not there, he does not know. And he says he still denied seeing any visible injuries on accused number 2. The stop he's talking about the name Ring Road. After that, he was taken to Soweto from Alberton with Constable Mabena and Sergeant Mohani, and he saw a motor vehicle entering Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, where for the first time he saw Colonel Rapadu, but he did not know that was Colonel Rapadu. He entered the premises. That's when they took that man who left keys with his wife and joined them, where they stopped. They stopped at a place where there were ATM machines, and that's where he was assaulted. He was beaten up there to the point that when Brigadier Gininda arrived that night with Sergeant Mohola and that male person with braces, and that's when he was driving a white BMW. They said that he's the one who sat on the edge of this BMW, and he told accused number 2 that he must sign, otherwise they will proceed with what they were doing, aka beating him. So Gininda said that that's not true. Mohani went to Moroka, from Moroka straight to Northwest. The AVL did not show that they did stop at Baragwanath or Orlando. The AVL did not show that, according to Gininda. So that part of them going to Moroka
what
is not correct.
Has actually done, in all fairness, if you had a judge that would actually listen and try to understand. He is, in a sense, trying to show that there could have been interference with the AVL.
Now that you mention it.
That's what he's trying to.
Editing happening there.
There might have been that editing that happened.
Allegedly.
Because everything else, it links. Why would all of a sudden would Ntanzi then lie? I'm talking about the AVL. As far as AVL is concerned,
we studied it, we analyzed it.
Yes,
definitely. There's parts that they were matching with what Ntanzi was saying, even though Mohani denied. Remember, under examination,
yes,
he denied everything. He denied.
So the question is, everything was denied. It was denied that they passed on the garage. It was denied that they parked on the garage. It was denied until AVL came. Yes, until AVL came, and then and everything was affirmed. And then they started singing a different tune. Why would he miss one point, which is that one of where there's ATMs?
Why? Why would he miss that part? And
that is if a judge was
see ATMs
that was if a judge was open for such level of thinking. But well, it's all is good.
Well, Gininda said that part of them going to Morocco is not correct because it is not supported by evidence. I don't know what evidence he's talking about, guys. Don't ask me. I don't know. He said, I never want to meet them at an area that dumps the ATM. And
no one talked about dumping ATMs.
I was so perplexed. I was like, guys, what is going on? What is he talking about?
He went on to explain the rules of how ATMs are disposed. That is none of your business. No one actually even talked about that.
The passion of denying is very
Now,
strange.
when you listen to him explaining with the knowledge that he has as a policeman, how the ATMs are dealt with when they are no longer in use, you are caught to that and listen to that, and you're like,
this man sounds so smart.
No, but no one is canvassing that point.
He's saying that the ATMs are regulated. He's never seen a site where they dump ATMs. It's actually wrong. And he says, in my whole life, in my whole experience as a detective or a police officer, I've never come across such. And I'm like,
we know. But who asked you that? You take almost a minute explaining and rebuffing what you were never asked.
Who asked you that question? Who asked you what happens to ATMs that are not working?
It just doesn't make sense.
He just wallows and wallows and wallows. I'm like, yo, Kana, what was the question?
Thank you, CD. Anne, thank you very much for your generous donation.
Thank you, CD. Thank you. Thank you so much, eh? And another thing, Mr. Anonymous, I wanted to know, ne? Is what I want to know is if he ever in his lifetime owned or ever owned a white BMW, especially in 2020.
What I wanted to hear, maybe Mgomezu did not see it important, but did you in your lifetime not own, ever drove a BMW that was white?
Yes, that question is very important. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
That's it. Yes or no?
Yes
People
or
will
no.
know. People will tell.
Yes.
History will judge you.
Yes.
If you happen to say no. And there are people that know that you are driving.
Drive a white BMW or you've driven
that
it
is
before.
set in line with what was exposed, in a sense, not to say it's a gospel truth, by Patricia Marshall.
Oh, yes.
So that's how history will judge you. If indeed you have been in that, because owning, I see, is particular with how
he uses his words.
So if you say owning, maybe he didn't own it.
Yeah.
But he drove it.
But he drove it for a couple of
years. Yes.
You know. So that would be a good question to add on here because
you miss one point of how you ask a question. Yes.
Mohola denied on his behalf. Mohola said that has never happened. Maybe the BMW they saw is the one that she's currently driving. That's what she said. So Rapadu, before he made the statement, or rather took accused number 2's confession, Mgomezulu corrected him for saying that it's a place where they dump ATMs. He said it's a place where there were ATMs that were no longer working. And he denies that the vehicle went with Gininda, and he says that he has never seen a place with non-functioning ATMs. This is Gininda saying that in his entire life he's never seen ATMs that are not working.
Now, I mean, I just thinking out loud. Are you aware that if this case is dismissed at all, then Kelly would be exonerated forever?
And she'll be the only one exonerated.
Because he's been included in this case. You can't be charged.
Oh my God, she will be exonerated because they can't double charge you.
Okay, yes.
It's illegal. If you've charged someone once for a specific crime, you can no longer implicate them again if they are acquitted.
Yes.
So you let it go. That would mean she'll walk scot-free.
Yes.
And even if they do 375 and recall everyone who was in the house, Kelly maybe will appear as a witness or something. She will not be in the accused box because of what is happening now. But does it count if you've never been arrested? Like with Kelly?
No, yeah, you're right. If you've never been arrested, then that's a different story.
Because with the accused 1 to 5, they are charged for this crime, but Kelly was never charged. So does it apply also to her as well?
If he's ever charged.
If she's ever charged, do you think they'll issue a warrant of arrest?
Due to pressure now, there is a possibility.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Exactly.
What's the point?
Exactly.
And there's nothing actually solid that's sticking
Because
her.
this case is more of a miscarriage.
Yes. There's nothing that is actually sticking Kelly, like solid. You know, I hear that the affidavit where he was saying that Kelly was talking about how he wanted to kill. They implied that this is a plot, that she wanted him dead. She always wanted him dead. You know what reference they were making, you guys? It's those SMSs where she was saying that it's like a dark cloud over her life. That's the SMSs that they were using to come to that conclusion. So guys, be judges. Do you think it will stick?
It is not, if you ask me, it is not worth to have Kelly be involved in this case. This one, 636. Specifically this one, 636. I would rather have her be involved in 375.
She will be of good use there.
She will be of good use there. Here, there's already a lot of loopholes. This case might not stick.
Yes.
As we almost feel that the hunting or what looks like a witch hunt on Ntanzi is more of the fact that Ntanzi was not arrested already or was not in jail already. So he can sue for these years.
That he lost.
That
his
he
life
lost.
flipped
Yes.
upside down. Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to stop from happening, because they will have to pay him a whole lot of money.
Yes, that's why they are saying there's about 30 cases.
30 other cases that he's not been charged for. Well, he denied that the vehicle went there. Gininda said that he has never seen a place with non-functioning ATMs, and he says specialists, since there are financial issues involved, they are the ones who are hired to remove those non-functioning ATMs. And where he grew up in Soweto, he has never seen ATMs that are just stored there. He has a way with words. He says that are stored there and that are not working. So
this is just to
ATMs
irritate
do not
you,
work.
get in your skin,
Yes.
and you lose the plot. And it's a good thing that Mngomezulu stood firm to say,
Focus.
this is where I want you, not where you are going.
And on top of that, the ATMs zikhona zingasebenzi. They come and they fix them. Kwenzeka, it happens. So the way he uses words like stored, and I'm like, where do they store ATMs? Where have you seen a public place where they just store an ATM? I'm like, the way he uses his words is just to get under your skin.
For someone who studied through what is perceived as a fly-by-night university by many in terms of law, which is UNISA, right?
Who studied through UNISA?
Was it Tifo?
No, Tifo studied through Avista.
Avista,
It's
yes.
UJ
Avista.
now.
Yes. Tifo had a point. He first wanted these two cases to be combined. Today you are hearing people saying, hey, these cases must be combined as analysts. But when Tifo was here,
was saying they said he was
they were
crazy.
they were calling him a lot of names.
I will never forgive these legal son-don-dons.
Analyst.
I will never forgive them because what was happening? Where were their law books? Why were they not researching?
They couldn't reason beyond seeing what Tifo was according to the court at the time.
They made him look crazy, like he's making up his own laws. I will never.
So
the
today,
confusion.
Today we are here. We are being advised that they should actually combine these cases. I've never seen. He was saying, I've never seen, if you remember, a situation where one case has two dockets. It's unheard of.
It's unheard of.
And then people were like, oh, this one is crazy. This one is crazy. Those ones who studied in those expensive universities.
These laws, they are important, guys. They are important. And the reason why I'm still a little bit mad at those legal experts or whatever is because I feel like none of them even bothered to research.
They
find out
what they did to Tifo. I would equate it to what happened with Zuma. The issue of rent and what that later.
Yes, later
when
now.
He was saying, hey, this thing is made manipulated. Everyone was like, this one is not educated, coming from Kandla. Today,
and look, today
some people are slept with some couple of millions in jail for messing our lives because your bond is high and it's high forever.
And it keeps going high. It never goes down.
Because of that manipulation. But we're not there because we're delving in a different territory if we go there. Now, those people that you look at in this society and you think, these ones are crazy, you must start looking at them different. Look at where they come from before you put the way they are crazy when you studied law. Just look at them. Forget their English. Forget that they are not educated. It might happen that they are smarter than you. It just does happen that some of them are smarter.
If you don't have or you can't do what Mr. Anonymous recommends that you do, research, look it up yourself.
The problem is that some of them,
any basis.
Some of these universities, they don't teach how to research.
They don't.
I can count few institutions that are good when it comes to research. Some of them, they just produce workers. Oh yes, sir. Yes, but in terms of doing research, they don't know anything about hypothesis. Creating the hypothesis before you do your research.
Yes.
Because that requires you to look on both sides.
Oh, yes.
So
you
now
need
they
hypothesis.
go. They go.
You are trying to prove something as you go into the research.
And then you also look at the other side.
The other arguments.
Now they go when SABC or these newsrooms are saying this is the case. They go research that, and what they are gonna find is Sunday Times and all these other times and whatnot actually agreeing with what is said on SABC. Then that becomes the gospel truth. Yes, they stole money. Okay, where? We are hearing that this is the case. Where?
How? What is the audit? Was an audit done?
Do you
what
understand?
Are the outcomes of the audit?
Today, people are apologizing. Some companies, hey guys, we were fooled and whatnot. We put our workers there to support this thing. It's too late.
It is too late.
It's too late. It's too late. The clever ones, the so-called clever blacks, which I don't associate myself with,
they're quiet.
Because they didn't understand anything.
But rent manipulation.
No one's going to say anything because they don't even understand. First of all, they don't even understand where it hit them. They in their mind are still thinking that it was just there to remove the current president at that time.
No. You are still living in the consequences of that rent manipulation.
If at that time you had bought a house and it was through a bond, that junk status, so-called whatever, and everything that happened in our currency,
Yes.
it reduces the power of buying in that currency. And if it did that, that would mean for the institutions that borrowed you money, they would have to charge you more. The very same institutions that increase that made the mess. To
They charge you
prove
more
their
interest.
theory, they would have to charge you more. And because of that, the slap in the shoulder, just that slap nyan of 30-something million, it does not do anything because it does not reverse that interest that was revalued at that time and given as a new price for your bond. So even today, your interest is increasing according to that increase.
And it never went down.
It never went down.
It keeps going up.
Yes. Yes.
And then I also heard people complaining about entry-level cars being high. That's another effect. That right there.
Yes.
An entry-level car is too expensive.
A very simple example before we deter and let us move back. We will go back.
Let's go back to the case.
But just one example is people who are paying for taxi fare. During the 2020, that thing that we cannot mention here, that happened.
Yes.
The increase that happened there. They never reduced that money.
Ibenyuka ngo 5 rand.
Low 5 rand is still there.
Inyuke footing of 5 rand 3 months.
So when they increase, they are increasing on top of that 5
again with another 5 rand.
Yes. But let us continue. We are not here to discuss those things.
Well, then Gomezulu said that it is my instruction that when he was transported to Pukeng, you did not meet him there. You were traveling together and following each other with your own motor vehicle. And Gininda said that's not true, my lord. The AVL, the vehicle with the AVL shows that we met there. So where is this AVL of his vehicle that he was using in 2020 is my question, because he's so stuck on this AVL of this Fortuna. What about the AVL of his vehicle?
It worries one how he is so stuck to it. And that's why I'm saying I do not, and I never was easy towards this AVL. I don't think it came as it's supposed to be. It's like this issue of what the transcript that happened today, where people just submitted what the judge wrote,
the magistrate summary,
and then the typing woman who was typing there, if it's a woman, if it's a man, and then they called it the transcript. If you take that as a gospel truth, as the judge eventually was taking, it was about to draw jabs and on if Nisi did not fight for himself.
Nisi was fighting for dear life.
Our court is a dirty game, and
I don't know when you walk a court, my lawyers, are you okay?
That's a dirty game. Someone could actually go on record and say, this is what we gave you. Actually, what you are looking for, we gave you.
And as long as it's on the record, it will remain like that.
Yes, and the judge is going to make a ruling based on that. Whether it's a lie or truth, it doesn't matter. You accepted it. You didn't challenge it. Then that's what...
Yo, guys,
there's no verification that's going to be done to say that, did you actually submit this or... No, there's not going to be a verification that's going to happen.
Mgomezulu then said, on the 20th, you met with him. That is the day you apologized to Mr. Ntanzi for having been or assaulted him, and that when you made a promise to him that you can offer him 3 million rands. Okay. Mbongani Ntanzi's instruction was that Gininda arrived at Pretoria Police Station. It was a Sunday, a day after he was taken to the dentist. He was taken to the dentist on the 22nd of June. That was a Monday. But you came to see him on the 21st, which was a Sunday. Brigadier Gininda denied those claims that he ever apologized to Ntanzi and requested him to work for them and cooperate, and offered a bribe of 3 million rands as long as he implicates the right people in his confession statement.
Now, the funny thing is that even the families, we had this story a long time ago because of the families.
Yes. They say
that
the
were
same
visited
thing.
In a disguise of address verification. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you listen to what these people are saying, there's truth in some of this, what they are saying, according to me, and there's lie mixed with a bit of lies. The family is not lying. That they were initially, before we even knew from the testimony that we are getting from Gininda now, that in fact they went there to verify their address and whatnot. When they said these people came with our kids.
They did say that.
You understand?
Yes.
And it did not make sense at the time.
No,
right?
it didn't.
Why would they come with their kids to them after they murdered them?
Yeah, why?
But when Gininda says, no, actually we did go there.
But we went there to verify the address.
Exactly. The same way, the issue of pens, there's if you check, basically we can almost group these things that the accused are saying. Accused would say that I was beaten such that I messed myself up and I had to change the pens. And then someone comes with the theory that we went there to that house because we wanted to verify the address for the issue of bail hearing. When have you heard of that? I don't know. I'm from KZN.
Yes.
When they arrest you, these people, they don't pass by your home. If they got you on some ship in there, you are going straight to where you are supposed to go.
I remember a family member of
the
mine.
generosity that is happening in the arrest of these guys, where
Of people
they are
that
taken,
confess.
Yeah, it's just.
I have a family member who vanished for, I think, a good month, and we didn't know where he was. Turns out he was arrested.
Yes.
And
That's
he said
how
they
it
arrested him for drinking alcohol, diluted waters by the side of the road, the main road. And then they saw him. That's what he said. And then he vanished. And when he came back, I was wondering, I was expecting that when someone gets arrested, the police would let the family know or something like that. But it didn't happen with us.
That's what we are treated with. I guess the Joburg, the unit, let me say not the Joburg,
The cold case unit
is very generous when they are arresting. They want to verify before you even apply for bail. They want to pass by your home and
they want to see your home.
See and
both
verify
of your
address.
homes. The one you have in Gauteng is not enough. They want to also go to the homeland. Is that procedure?
I guess it is. They then, upon that visit in your home and verifying, they start verifying your ID now. And when they do that, they eventually bump into ammunition. And then now you have a new case, the whole new case. And then you tell me that if you are sitting down as a person analyzing this whole scenario, you still feel that, these people are shy, blind investigation. Are you really saying that?
No, I'm not feeling investigation. Let me be honest. What I'm feeling is more confession. That's what I'm getting. It's confession.
And also, you in your head. I know you cannot get all these cases.
Yeah.
The ones that are on public, on papers, people saying that they were beaten. on different cases, when there is this certain person, I'm not saying anyone's name, all these people are wrong.
They lied.
All
of them are lying.
And this man is generous. I'm just saying, because this is information that is there. We're not according to when you're sitting down and you're analyzing, and then you're like, okay, let me check. Just typing the name of the person, and then you hear that there's someone complaining, said this and this, written on the Sunday Times or on some newspaper. There, you dig, you read that story, or IOL, you read that story, you're like, hey, but this person, this seems similar to what. I mean, honestly speaking, you still feel that actually this person is not good. Confessions are not easy to come by.
No.
You know, confession. I'm talking about someone who's caught red-handed.
But he's always getting them, yena.
Basho njalo where I come from. You deny even if you know.
Yes. They're not easy to come by confessions.
Then when you are getting 100%
Very
confessions, icon, akambanga.
And usually people that do get confession or that make confessions, there's some form of a leniency that happens to say that snitch on the other ones, and then maybe we can reduce your sentence.
Stuff like that.
You can.
When I
confession
100% confessions, just straight confession. Just because you're investigating, someone just trembles. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. Aibo,
and even denying of this 3 million in itself, it's like, wow, you didn't even have to offer him money. He just confessed, just like that.
For free.
Come on,
it's
guys.
Like I'm gonna go to jail for this person. Obviously, this is a big person. This is not just a normal person. Senzo was a big person. I will go to jail and I'll take whatever that you guys are giving me. There's no negotiation. Because the negotiation that happened, as we are hearing from the testimony, it happened after this person. Hence, you had to take him to the magistrate. That was after that negotiation that didn't materialize. How then did Mjiako say to his client, okay, my client, there's no agreement between us and the state, but you still need to go to the judge and honor what we agreed upon. What was an agreement?
Yeah. What was the agreement?
What was an agreement? Because the judge, subsequently to that, to you saying that you will turn and you'll tell on these people, then there was an agreement. Later on, the very same person who says there was that agreement, they felt uneasy with that agreement and they let go of that arrangement. But yet, Mjiako went on with his client. No agreement to get a second testimony. What kind of a lawyer is this?
He did not even organize a reduced sentencing. There's no negotiation that was happening.
I guess there was that negotiation that happened.
It did, but where did it end up?
There must be an agreement, proper agreement. I don't know whether even there's a paperwork. I don't know, but there must be that agreement so that you take to your client and say, listen, this is what these people are saying. So hence now we have to go and do the very same thing that you did with that peace office. With the magistrate. This is what they are saying they will give you. They will reduce your sentence with 10 years.
Yeah. That's what usually happens.
But someone now testify, says no. We actually, when we realized that what they were asking for was too drastic, we said, no, we are not going to do that. Then the easiest question is, why then did he go do a second testimony?
Why did he go make another confession? This is a mess. And mind you guys, this confession was just days after, like this offer of this 3 million, this alleged offer of the 3 million bribe was just after the first confession. and days before the second one with the magistrate at Boxback Court. So as he was denying, he said that he was shocked that the judge asked about the amount or about the bribe. Gininda said about the bribe that the police are bribing the accused suspects. He shooketh. He said, there's no budget. This is what he shocked me with, guys. I found difficult to listen to him saying that there are no budgets, that he has to make such an offer. He said, I didn't have a budget of 3 million for the unit. I didn't have that budget at the time.
It will be interesting actually later on, as time goes by, to have a documentary around this champ. How he... And the people that were actually incarcerated under his guide as a police.
I'm like, why is he talking about budgets now? Like, I'm a budget manje.
Obvious is trying to say that if there was such an agreement, it would have to come from the budget of the department. That's the correct thing, I would assume.
But he
Like
didn't
the same
put it
way,
like that.
the same way. No, that's what he's trying to say. I understood it. He's trying to say I wouldn't take it out of my pocket, because even in Bimbi, they are paid by the SAPS.
Yes, but he's trying to make it seem like that does not happen.
That's what he's trying to say. So what is in a nutshell is saying that budget then comes from that department. Let's say from SAPS of Ulund. That whatever that they would be using to pay Impi Shuti, they would pay through that budget of Ulund.
Okay.
That's what he's trying to say.
Well, he said that the confession was made on the 19th in the morning, and he asked what is the point of going to him on the 21st and then offer him whatever promises. There was no promises made, my lord. I'm shocked, my lord. I'm out of words. I'm shocked. I'm out of words.
Perplexed.
It reminds me of I'll put my head on a chopping block. I was like, this sounds like deja vu.
Mam fundis. Bab fundis.
Well, he said Ntanzi implicated everyone and each role they played. He later said that it's an unlawful act that he will never embark on. So he's saying that he doesn't use impi and stuff like that.
No, he doesn't use his money to bribe people so that they give.
So he doesn't make plea bargains. Is that what he's trying to say?
On his personal capacity.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was kind of dodge mentioning the department and the budget and whatever, but it is what it is. So, yeah, and another thing is like he's speaking like there's no such in the SAPS at all. But we do have other information that says that there is a budget for these kind of things in the SAPS, right, Mr. Anonymous? You just alluded to it. Even I had no idea, but there is a budget that can be allocated. There are monies that are given to people that plea with the state to get maybe a lesser sentence or to such things do happen. So he made it seem like they don't.
I'm not sure about the plea issue, but what I'm sure about it, people who snitch.
Dimpimpi.
Yeah.
They do get a budget as well. So he said that the witness and the people in the house, the accused and the deceased, are not known to him. Yeah. He always has to say that. Why does he feel the need to say that all the people that were in the house and the accused and everyone is not known to him? Why does he feel the need to say that so much? I've heard it so much.
Just for people who would like to think deeper, I would just jokingly ask, I understand the people who were in the house during the incident of shooting. What about people that came later? Don't you have any relationship with those ones that came later? But we're not gonna explain anything.
Mgome Zulu did ask, which day did you meet Mjiako? Moving to Mjiako, Mjiako details. Gininda said on the 23rd of June 2020. But yesterday, I don't know whether I was hallucinating again. He said something about a letter from the LPC. When did he say that letter he got from Giako? I think it was way before the 23rd.
It's a letter that says he's a lawyer.
Yes, he said he got a letter from
But the
Giako.
one that he did not get is that one that says that Ntanzi is actually giving this man instructions.
Okay, so yesterday Gininda said that he did not know how accused number 2 communicated with Mjiako, but he met Mr. Mjiako at a police station. And Gininda said that he did not see any appointment letter from Mr. Mjiako. He said Mr. Mjiako just showed up and said that he was representing accused number 2. Then he identified himself after accused number 2 said, "This is my attorney." The narration.
The same way the Nyanga situation happened.
Yes, like the narration is so...
This is the guy, I know this
Where
guy.
is accused number 2? Where are you? Where is Mjiako? Where is accused number 2 here? Because you are making it sound like you were in the same room or something like that. And the question was about the instruction letter, and Gininda said that he wouldn't know how he would have given instructions, but it is his constitutional rights to be legally represented. There was nothing peculiar about that, according to Mjiako, guys. According to Gininda, my apologies, guys. So, yeah, he's saying that there's nothing strange about a lawyer popping up and saying, "I'm representing
No
this
one
person."
said there's something strange about that.
Yeah. He's saying there's nothing strange about that. It's his constitutional right. Mgomezulu then asked, accused number 2 will deny having instructed Mr. Mjiako in signing a confession before a magistrate. The only thing he can recall after taking the confession in Boksburg is that he was taken to another place next to an industrial area in Germiston where he was assaulted, and that's when he bled. Some blood stains spilled on those documents, and the documents he signed must have blood stains on them and not the one that was produced by the magistrate in court. Remember that Afrikaans lady who testified, the magistrate? He testified that Ntanzi signed that confession.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. It's all very interesting. And Ntanzi saying, "I didn't sign anything with that magistrate." So the judge wanted to know when he was assaulted, and Gomezulu said on the 24th in the evening he was forced to sign the alleged confession. So the dates of the confessions here are in question. Yeah? The dates of when this confession was done and signed, they are very much in question, because if you're going to say, okay, fine, Ntanzi saying on the 24th is when these people were beating me up and saying that I must sign this confession, and it had blood stains on it and I signed it, and it was already written according to his version, and they're saying no, he confessed the first time with this other canal and then he confessed again at a later stage with the magistrate. Which one is which? The dates. Why are the dates so messed up and not the 24th?
It will be interesting to see the handwriting
As well.
of the magistrate, if it was different from the handwriting that shows under the other peace officer. Why I'm saying that is that from the word go, Ntanzi is saying that this was already written situation. And compare that with our administrator of typing or handwriting.
Yes.
And see if we could not get similarities. I'm just thinking, but obviously it's an exercise that requires experts.
Yeah, a handwriting expert.
And we probably don't have that much.
See why we need recordings? Why we need actual recordings from devices? No longer this nonsense of writing statements. It's not working out. We'll always have room for doubt. So the only document he signed was a document shown to him around the Germiston, around the industrial area. That's where he was compelled, because he was beaten there, to sign the document. Gininda said that accused number 2 stood on the 23rd and said that Mjiako was his attorney before the introductions by Mr. Mjiako. But he said that Mr. Mjiako gave him a letter from the LPC or something like that. And he gave a very different date to this one. So I'm perplexed. He said the original confession statement had no single stain of blood and that Mr. Mjiako is recorded as a representation for accused number 2. He went to Boxback and put Pukeng.
Which would explain why Ntanzi said these statements, they came handwritten already. These confessions. All he needs to do is to put a signature. So they can always go and rewrite that on a new, because it's not Ntanzi's handwriting in any case. So there's nothing that's stopping them from doing that.
Yeah, there isn't. So he said that he doesn't understand how this person would make more than one court appearance without instructions. That's Mjiako. And he said, I don't see a reason why a presiding officer, why a magistrate who took this confession will participate in illegal activities of giving confession, because it is a crime to police officers to go and assault somebody when they documented something out and there's a signature. I just can't find a reason.
Why do magistrates support NPA? Why?
And remember,
why?
The magistrate saying that she felt uneasy or something like that. I wanted them to converse more on that, where she said she didn't feel safe. She even recorded because she said she didn't feel safe. Remember that. So the defense didn't hammer her on that, but I was curious about it. I was like, what would make you feel so uncomfortable? Because you're working with the people that are in your department. This is the state. These are the
when
police.
They were refusing with the information that she was asking for.
When she was asking for, yes.
When they were defying her on that. It just, there's a lot of things that happened when it comes to these confessions and whatnot. But I think that because our systems were not made for a person of color to actually strive, they will therefore suffer because of that. Because if they were such, they should, I think it is important to have budget for such cases where someone maybe wants to get an independent expert that is not from the public, from the state. Because of the corruption that has been happening in many of these cases.
Yes.
So someone must be given that budget to say, at least we can give you this much budget and go look for that person. And then you bring that person
who's away from the situation. Well, he said, I just can't find a reason. It's shocking, my lord, to try and comprehend it. It simply doesn't make sense, my lord. I really don't believe that. I don't think that is true. So after the tea adjournment, Mngomezulu said that it is his version that on the 24th of June 2020 he was transported with a Toyota Fortuner from Pretoria to Boxback, and Gininda said it's not correct. The Toyota Fortuner driven by Mohani was parked at Benoni police station for mechanical reason. The vehicle that was used was by the late Sergeant Mabena. It was a Toyota double cab, which was also white with a tent. So they look similar, 4 doors. The only difference is that the other one has a tent and the other one is a Fortuner. And the AVL confirms this. The Fortuner to be parked there at Pretoria North, or at the mechanical place.
The hammering of that AVL was worrisome. But Emily, okay, continue. I would just...
The thing about this whole thing that he's trying to elude, Mohani said Yena Noma Bena used the same car. They used the Fortuner to travel with Ntanzi. That only one day where the Fortuner was not working, they were still together, but they were traveling with the other car. So when he's trying now to separate Mohani and Mabena's cars, as if they've traveled separately. It's stunning to me, And another thing I don't understand is also, Mr. Anonymous, this obsession with the AVL record that he has. It's unsettling. It's kind of worrying, troubling. Why is he so? It's almost like he memorized an exam. He studied so well.
All these things they go
for the
past.
exam.
They go past him. They go through him. So he knows, I think, what is what on the zoo.
Well, Gininda said that he was not present at the Boksburg court, and Mgomezulu contended that Ntanzi was transported in a Toyota Fortuner and that was the same vehicle Mohani was using. Gininda denied this. He insists that the vehicle was parked at a garage. He says that there are two Fortuners and they look alike. Well, Mgomezulu asked to read the record of the AVL for the record, and Ramusipili read out the part from the October the 30th, that was last year, confirming that when Jonathan and Mr. Dupreez went to Boksburg court, they were using the Toyota Fortuner Umokhani Nomapena. So he read from that record, and Mgomezulu said that it is on record by a witness who escorted that motor vehicle from Pretoria to Boksburg, and it is your evidence that you were not present. And Gininda said that these two people are not witnesses that are experts, Jonathan and Dupreez. And he also expected in the vehicles, he expects that they are human beings and they can make mistakes.
So after escorting this Fortuner for many days, some of them not even being relieved, going overboard.
It was stuck at some point. They had to be called to push.
And now all of a sudden they cannot differentiate between a twin cab and a Fortuner.
Fortuner, yes. And he said they are not experts. Yo.
That's where Mgomezulu was trying to show that AVL could have been edited.
And he says that they can make mistakes. Those cars are similar. What is factually correct is that the AVL shows that the vehicle was parked at the garage and there's no dispute about it.
Factually correct because of AVL, right?
Yes, because of the AVL.
Yes, what this is saying to us is that there could have been an interference. That's what Mgomezulu actually has demonstrated without sweating, actually.
Well, he said that he had to remind Gininda that actually Mr. Dupreez is an expert of AVL. He testified as such in court. And his records were read out to rebut his evidence to say that the vehicle was not stationed at Benoni. Advocate Baloy objected to say that Mr. Dupreez did say that the car was stationary at Benoni. And then the judge said, let's move on. Well, Gininda said that the accused number 2 signed a plea bargaining agreement. But later on, what happened is that Advocate Baloy, he stood up to say that the record says that it's going to happen later when it's going to cover it, but it just came to my mind now that he said that he read a record, right, where he was saying that the Fortuner is not where Mgomezulu is saying that they did not use it, it was parked. And then Mgomezulu is saying that they were using it. And then Advocate Baloy was saying that he took that from the record and he read the record. And then Advocate Mgomezulu was like, no, but you are reading your examination in chief. The record that I presented is a cross-examination. So after saying that the car was parked, in cross-examination, using the AVL, they were able to get it out of Dupreez, also out of Jonathan, that no, that's not the case. That vehicle was not where you are saying it was at, parked at the garage. You were using it to transport accused number 2. So Gininda yesterday said that accused number 2 signed a plea bargaining agreement, and Gininda said that this avenue would be best dealt with by the prosecution, meaning Advocate Baloy.
Way later on said that did not happen eventually. So what is there to be dealt with then, if that is the case?
Well, Mgomezulu finished with his cross-examination and said that he has approached the SABC for footage of court proceedings on the 26th of October 2020 when Ntanzi denied Mjiako as
Which
his
I
lawyer.
think is the right thing, because what is going to come there? that judge was not interested in listening to those people. I don't know whether that thing was on record or not on record. I don't know.
We don't know if they took it on record because the judge's summary.
The idea of a judge of bringing that judge was actually a good one.
Of subpoenaing him.
Mm-hmm. And someone who was
The
that woman
interpreter.
who was interpreting, which is the
Yes.
same woman who came to testify, by the way.
That's what Advocate Baloi said, but it seems like the surnames are different. But maybe she got married or something. But the Advocate Baloi is saying it's the same woman who was there during Ntanzi's confession with the magistrate. So the judge argued that Mgomezulu must make those arrangements because Gininda says he was not on court that day, where accused number 2 said that I don't want this gentleman to be representing me. And
He
the
was on
magistrate-
court that day.
Well,
But
saying
he's
that
just refusing that there's no such thing that was said by this guy.
So the judge got it wrong. The judge said that if he wanted to counter that, then he can go ahead. However, how is he supposed to do that when the judge is already like sowing seeds of doubt, pressurizing him to make him feel like this is a bad way to go? But then Gomezulu said it's fine, and honestly he had let it go. Advocate Baloi went and looked at the record of Dupree's. Yes, there's the part that I wanted to tell you guys that I found very interesting, that the car was parked at Benoni on the 24th, and then it turns out that he took an examination. Hey, the tricks. Mr. Anonymous, those tricks, they kill me. I'm like, you took the part of the examination and you did not consider that after cross-examination, the narrative changed, right? You take what favors you.
Yes.
So Advocate Charles Mnisi for accused number 3 said that they plan to bring an application regarding the first appearance of the accused, which will indicate whether Ntanzi was represented by Dominic Mjiako or not. And he said that Mr. Mgomezulu had it in his phone. It was him calling Mjiako Mjiaya for me. Like
that's a good one, actually.
Mjaya.
Such people deserve to be.
Mjaya.
I was laughing.
Well, Mnisi
And
said,
Mnisi cannot misspell this person. He's a Nguni person.
Mjaya or whatever. Mjaya.
Yeah, Mnisi is Zulu, ne? Yeah.
He's in Ndebele.
Ndebele.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Ndebele. He couldn't have. He just did that on purpose.
Nisi said that he feels constrained to go ahead with his cross-examination as it centers around that video footage. Okay, Nisi said the video is very relevant to the testimony that Gininda has given so far as Mjiako represented. The accused denies it. Okay. He denied it. He said he will be constrained if that video is not there. And he said that his cross-examination will rely largely on that video. And if the court is amendable, that this video be played. And the judge said that they can play the video after contending that he will not play the video on a cell phone as if he's a member of a social club, and contending that he is not part of the evidence of the court. That video is not part of the evidence of the court. What he wanted, in other words, was a court transcript. He relies on a court transcript more than he relies on a video, which I found very strange. Okay, he says he wants to know if there's a law that will permit him to do that. Well, the state objected to saying that Section 235 must be considered. Advocate Baloi said that the state objects to playing of the video on Mgomezulu's phone regarding the proceedings at the Boksburg Magistrate Court where the accused appeared for the first time. He said that the videos can be manipulated. He says that they have made a request for a full transcription of court proceedings of the first appearance of the accused, but it wasn't made available. A transcribed record cannot be made by a magistrate. The defense wanted the transcribed version of that day's proceedings. They want court transcripts, word for word, what was said, written down in a book format. That's what they wanted. And these proceedings apparently are also in a disc, and they will indicate whether Ntanzi was represented by Dominic Mjiako on the 27th, and that was the first appearance of the accused. The judge asked if they wrote to the transcriber of the court, and Mnisi said that they could not, since they did not receive any feedback from the state after their request. They said they made a formal request. They wrote the state a letter to say that we want the transcripts from this court appearance, and the state did not deliver. Okay, usually. So Advocate Baloyi said that he gave them the transcript as an exhibit, and Mnisi said that they were given a copy written in shorthand writing and typed version of that shorthand writing. I gag. And then Baloyi also said that, okay, the judge asked Baloyi to subpoena the magistrate, and Advocate Baloyi kind of did a step back. Havenja is the magistrate. Havenga. Is it Havenga or Havenja?
Should be Ha.
Yeah, and was the prosecutor, and the interpreter was Miss Mohlaping, and who was in that Boksburg Regional Court. But I heard Mashab or something like that. So maybe she got married. So the judge was covering himself in this case, in case this case goes somewhere else, to say that he needs to execute it with the right law or whatever. Then Baloyi said that it would be preferable to listen to the disc now. Now he, after hearing that the judge will be subpoenaed, he now says, I think it's best we listen to the disc. It wouldn't be necessary for Mr. Havenja to come and testify. Why can't he come and testify? Why can't we want him to come and testify?
I don't know.
Guys, but to which court is she attending when she asked about the transcript record, if they were going to be provided them with, she wants the court transcript. She just wants the transcripts, and then we are bam which court is she attending? The judge asked Ngomezulu where he got the video from, and he said TikTok, but that is why he was requesting from the archives of the SABC. Somehow, in my opinion, this is just me sharing my opinion, I'm expecting a law to pop up tomorrow morning to stop this video from being played. Okay, don't be surprised if that happens, because even the judge who asked them to prepare heads of argument at the end, he requested that they prepare heads of.
Yeah, I oversee. I'm already seeing the defense from the judge.
It's another heads of argument day tomorrow.
I hear why people are saying transcript is fine, but you see, the transcript is hinging on it's trading on a thin line, because it can be disputed.
It was by a person.
According to law, it can be disputed.
How so?
Why a video is going to be difficult to dispute a video from SABC?
Why?
Because it is not part of the court. That's why he was asking
if it is part of the
because
court.
he wants to put these things together. And then log them wherever he needs to log them, according to this so-called law. But the video is outside of that. It belongs to
the
media, not to the court. So we do need a video also.
If we played Zandi's interview, why not play this one as well?
We do need a video. It's not. We do need a video.
And I'm worried about court transcripts because they are written by human beings, and they were speaking in Zulu most of the time. So what if the court interpreter, they remember what was happening with where at some point accused number 1 appeared somewhere in Pretoria and it wasn't written properly. Do you remember that? It happened last year.
Is there no court recording? Because they record the courts also.
Maybe the recording as well.
Yes, that's what. That's the disc that they're talking about.
Okay, we'll listen.
But that one now belongs to court. Now that one
of the SABC
can qualify to be part of the NOF.
Oh yeah, that one in the disc can qualify to be part of the novel. So Mnisi actually thought this thing out. Wow. That's why he was fighting. Ngomezulu had let it go. He was like, I'm letting it go. And Mnisi fought. He fought. Yes.
Yeah, so we do expect the court recordings, but don't expect to get them for free. Hey, they might be debunked.
You need heads of argument tomorrow. Let's if it doesn't come with the ruling already drafted.
According to me, the law is simple. It says the regional court and the higher court, any proceeding, when we go de novo, everything start afresh. I don't know, Nis, do you want to say something to that? Expect that tomorrow. And then also expect, my Lord, I think after considering, we have decided to challenge the admission of the recording from the proceedings, as my Lord it was alluded that it becomes then part of de novo. I think the law will not allow that. I think my learned friends will need to find a new way of maybe proving for their clients,
guys,
what happened. I'm just preparing you.
Mr. Anonymous, you kill me with these invitations. But yeah, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yesterday, he was the one saying that the de novo does not affect the regional court. It does, because it just talks about what happened to it during Maumela's time.
Yes.
Expect the very same man tomorrow to be talking about what the court says, what the law says.
And he will even wutula some cases from 1925.
According to Verseke versus Khabar. No, I remember that case. I was part of it. In fact, I wrote a judgment there. That's why I was surprised when some of the senior counsels here were saying that they don't know that. I was part of that. Some of us have been writing these judgments. Have been writing these judgments. So do expect that. Do expect that tomorrow. To be like, wow. All right, guys, let's take 2 or 3 people before we close. Please like the video, share the video as usual. Just for others to also laugh with us.
Yeah, hey, we are going through it. We've been going through it. Yeah, this case is a lot. It's a lot.
Do expect that.
I mean, as a lawyer, you also have your own work to attend. How do you keep up with this case?
You choose this one. You know that you have nailed yourself for the whole year.
Duh. You still have a job to do, Mtagama. You still have work to do. And I know lawyers are very interested in this case.
Zanzi, hello?
It's an opportunity to learn more things.
Zanzi, hello?
I'm Zanzi, Reality. How are you guys?
Good, sir. How are you?
Very well. What a day.
Yeah.
What a day. It's Jonathan here.
Hi, Jonathan.
I think you probably have to give my 2 cents on today's proceedings. For me, there's one thing that I probably was burning to share with you guys.
Okay.
And because I tried to share the video, but I'm not too good in grabbing stuff from YouTube and sending it via WhatsApp. It's about the video that you guys actually alluded to, because I think I just spent it's like an hour, almost 2 hours from the SABC.
Mm-hmm. Did you
I watched the one from ENCA, but the SABC one goes back and forth because I think they go into the court the first time, and then the judge, they have a break, a time. There's a gap where they go out of the courtroom and they come back again, where the judge comes back with them, and they state what they had to state. And this is because this is where I have a concern about the video being played. Trying to find out what did Ntanzi do, because from what I saw from the video, Ntanzi does not raise Mjiako or dismiss Mjiako as his lawyer on the SABC one.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know what video they have where he shows this from the SABC, because from the moment it starts until it ends, when they leave the second time, Ntanzi never speaks.
So
the other four speak.
One, even with the SABC
so the
one,
other four speak, but he doesn't. Sorry, Emily?
Even with the SABC, there's nowhere when Ntanzi is speaking.
No, Ntanzi never speaks. Mjiako speaks for him.
Yeah, but he spoke. There's the other one where he spoke. He was shut down several times by the judge.
And Jonathan is saying it's not there on the SABC. Do you hear what Jonathan is saying?
So SABC doesn't have it.
Even on the ENCA. Because I tried to look and try to watch it.
But where did Mgomezu get it?
On TikTok.
He said TikTok.
Yeah, but TikTok is referencing a certain...
It took the clip from the SABC.
So probably
yes. So that's what the problem for me is. TikTok is a bit different than YouTube, because YouTube, SABC loaded that on their platform.
I think they cut something.
Maybe that's why Mgomezu is asking for the archive from the SABC.
Yeah. So I don't want to, because now I'm sitting with both minds thinking, I hope Ntanzi didn't mess this up by allowing Mgomezu to fish for this thing.
No.
And because
Mgomezu wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because that's where I'm sitting and trying to understand, because the trajectory now, it has been very well. But watching, because it's a long clip, it's Crisalda moving back and forth and the anchors and stuff. But I can tell you, if you watch it, either I missed it, but every time that they go to accused number 2, the judge asked Mjiako, Ntanzi's head is always looking down. He almost never looks up.
No, I remember hearing a video like that angifuni le lawyer. He said this, angifuni le lawyer ingvumise.
Okay.
Ingvumise ilokhuzana ifuna ungvumise izinto ngenkani.
Yes, meaning I don't want this
Yeah,
lawyer. They want me to
remember a clip like
things
that.
that I didn't do by force. There is a video like that. On
Okay. No, I'm just saying, from the one that I watched from SABC, I never see him speak.
They have
only the other 4.
This newsroom, they have a tendency of editing videos. Obviously, they want to portray what they want to portray at the time, but maybe it was edited out.
Because you can edit out the live stream. We've done it also.
I think it's probably gonna come out tomorrow, but hopefully. Yeah, I also agree that with the problem with the transcripts is that it records what is important, and I think someone said it in court. The judge only takes notes to what he prefers. He would want what is relevant for him, because even in his transcript, he does not mention that
accused number 2
Mjiako said this.
No,
he doesn't mention that.
There's court recording, guys. Remember when they say, "Can we listen to that record?"
They mean the recording of the court.
Yes.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm just speaking from the notes that was read, the shorthand that was read today, is that the judge writes of the 4.
Yes.
But he didn't make any reference that Mjiako answered for Ntanzi. It's almost like they skipped over his or he skipped over Ntanzi or Mjiako's reference to him, and then speaks about the four, what they said, but never spoke who spoke for Ntanzi or if Ntanzi spoke up for himself.
Yeah.
So, and the video that I'm talking about, it was on the 27th of October, because that's how I searched for it.
Okay. No, it's cool. Let me just see what this person sent me here, Jonathan. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. All the best. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Hey, Jonathan.
My lawyer wanted me to plead guilty to the murder charge. That's the reason he abandoned the proceedings.
Accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, also changed his lawyer. And a reminder of the charges they face.
Yes. So what this thing say? This lawyer wants me to admit to things that I did not do. Ummeli Law, the attorney from Legal Aid.
Yes.
I will use him. That's why abalekile. That's why he ran away.
Who ran away?
Njiako. You want to listen to it again?
Let's listen to it again. Make the volume a bit high if you can.
My lawyer wanted me to plead guilty to the murder charge. That's the reason he abandoned the proceedings.
Accused.
That's why he ran away, law. That's why abalekile, law. So Mjiako uchabile. Ushiyanile Mjiako.
Guys.
After the division on the 24th.
Yes.
This also would mean that this guy did not sign this thing.
Ah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because we are ubalekile. That's why
Trying to
abalekile.
make me admit for things I don't know.
I didn't do. He
Or
wants
I
me to
didn't
admit
do.
to murder that I did not do. That's why he disappeared.
A sprinter.
After the whole admission.
Ari.
Right. Ziyakhala-ke. Sibonge nje. Thank you very much, guys, for being efficient, because you just decided.
Thank you guys for that clip, because now it feels like we're hallucinating. I saw that clip around last year. Sometime last year.
Mzansi, hello? Mzansi, hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, Mzansi.
Can you reduce the volume behind? Good.
Yes, Mr. Anonymous, it's Kennedy again. I once spoke about the AVL. Remember, I called.
Yes.
I said my car has got four trackers of different companies.
Yes.
Those things can be manipulated. That is why you see Gininda just denying some other things, because they manipulated it. You see, the other thing I wanted to talk about is that video recording. The judge there said, when Ntanzi wanted to talk, he said the cameras must be switched off. I don't know whether you did you see that video? Yeah, there's a video there. The judge is giving instructions that when the accused are talking, the video must be switched off.
This is not a conference.
Yeah, yes. And then Ntanzi spoke. This Jonathan who was calling is the same Jonathan who was working for the EMPD. Yes, it's the same man who was escorting Ntanzi. That is why he's saying he doesn't remember the whole story that Ntanzi spoke. Ntanzi spoke, but the judge switched him off and said he can't take his word because he's got a lawyer.
Yes, there's a video that I saw.
Yeah,
Yes,
there is.
there's a
But he
clip
tried to
of
speak,
that
but
as well.
he was switched off by the judge. Yes,
No, I
that
hear.
is important. Yes.
Thank you very much.
No, thanks very much.
And
Just for clarity, this Jonathan is not the one of SAPC one.
it's not
no.
the one of the CBC one.
This is different Jonathan. I think this one is from Ntanzi Jonathan.
Now, it's interesting, guys, because even from the judge's summary, accused 1 refused to respond. Accused 3, they jump accused number 2. Accused 3 said, I don't know why I'm here. Our constitutional rights are not being considered. Accused number 4 said, I don't see the necessity of having an attorney. Accused number 5 says, I also don't see the need. Where is accused number 2? Why is what accused number 2, the judge did not write it down? What he said. And you cannot tell us that he didn't say anything. He said something. The clips are coming.
Yeah, it's there, unfortunately.
And you know what the weird thing is? On the SABC, ENCA, nothing.
By Kati.
It's out.
Maybe they didn't
Ntanzi.
need it. Maybe they didn't need it.
Ntanzi is not talking there. But there are clips of him talking. And there's even this one that we just played.
Mr. Anonymous, I hear what you're saying and what this person is saying, but I think that's the second appearance. That is the second appearance that I think it was on the 27th of November, because that's why the first one was postponed. And in court today, the judge was adamant that it was about the first appearance, not the second appearance. So I think also maybe if we...
I heard that. The dates might be mismatched. They must get...
The second appearance.
Oh, and bazoyithola yona ngamabomi first one.
Oh. So the second appearance is
But
when
look,
Ntanzi
if
is
they do
doing all of
that,
this.
it would be actually their downfall, because if they get the first one and they use it, and then they must accept the second one also.
Okay.
Either way. But you are right, Jonathan, and not the SAPC Jonathan.
It's not the SABC one.
Yes, this one is Mzansi Jonathan. You're right. I heard that also.
Guys.
Because we all went to search for the first one and we didn't find. That's when Ntanzi was suppressed. Yeah.
Then there's a second one on the 27th of November. So this is the one that they should be asking for.
It doesn't matter. If they are not, they are right. They should bring everything. Why bring piece by piece? Bring everything.
I could have a transcript.
Oh, bring
Because I'm a
everything.
summary with judge.
If they don't get it tomorrow, we must postpone. It's not a problem.
Yo, this is mental gymnastics. This is too much. And on top of that, can you imagine Ntanzi Maraha? He's a strong chap.
Let me answer this.
Yo.
Ntanzi, hello. Ntanzi, hello. Oh, Ntanzi, hello. Hey, how are you, sir?
Mzansi reality, eh?
Yes.
Yes. I just have a few points that I picked up on today when Zulu was asking a question to Gininda. He asked him and he said, why did Mjiyako appear again after Ntanzi had denied him? And I didn't get a clear answer from Gininda on that part, because it didn't appear once. He said it appeared a few more times up until we sent a letter of sort of like leaving the case.
Yes.
So I think they need to stick on that and find out why he appeared again after Ntanzi said he doesn't know him.
That's true. Because this champ of Mjiyako, he's a character also. If you
Yes, I even noticed he approached Ntanzi, and I don't know what Ntanzi was trying to say, and he then went back to the box and told the magistrate that Ntanzi wanted to address the court, but it's not matters that are relating to that current sitting. That's when the judge shut Ntanzi down.
So he's the one who's hey, this Mjiako?
Mjiako is a problem. Is a problem. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know. I don't know, honestly, because the Mjiako part, I think Nisi is what he's trying to do. If they don't want to, if the judge rules that we can't use those proceedings from the lower court, so the charges that were brought in by on that court has to be de novo as well.
Yes, that is true. And that's what he was submitting yesterday. Hence, the change of heart from the judge. I don't know if you got that. Because Mngomezulu said, even these papers are not supposed to be here then. And then the judge came back with a different view. Hey, you guys can submit. Hey.
So which means everything from that lower court, even all the charges that were laid upon these accused will have to be dropped because it's de novo.
Yeah, then he realized that he's actually shooting himself on the foot. Then now he's changing the heart. You can get the transcript.
I know he's already wrote down his ruling for tomorrow. He's just going to listen to that.
It's already written. This was prepared today, yesterday.
It's done. It's waiting to be read.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Good. Yeah, probably wrote it yesterday, and then he's just ready to start
reading.
My client
is just read it yesterday. So guys, yeah, thank you very much for the video. You guys helped us,
Yeah.
Because this video.
Thank you for sending it.
It is actually
because sometimes it feels like we're hallucinating.
Zanzi, hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello.
Using a TV to listen to us. When
you call, guys, switch off the volume of the TV.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Let me just finish it.
If you hear what I'm asking and I'm stating, mine is on the 27th of October, which was the first appearance. This recording is not of the same day.
It's on the 27th of
Just saying.
Yeah, it's on the 27th of November. And you know, that makes us like kind of, because he's wearing the same clothes. I think that's what
is
he's wearing the same outfit from the whole month. He was wearing the same outfit. Scheiße. Go, guys. But now they know. Okay, now they know. Subpoena also ask for a subpoenament of the 27th of November as well. Appearance, the second court appearance as well. Because that's where actually Ntanzi is saying.
Speaking. Okay. Emily, I'm just going to start with the names and the naming. Blessings, Mapena, thank you. And CK Moyo, thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you guys, thank you.
Zanzi, hello.
Oh, Mr. Noluas.
Hi, sir, how are you?
No, I'm good, my brother. How are you?
I'm all right, sir.
No, I'm okay. I know that I just want to comment about Brigadier Gininda, guys. His testimony. The guy, I'm telling you, is a very dodgy character. You know why I'm saying this, Mr. Anonymous, is that in each and every answer he gives, he wants to explain a long story. That thing alone shows this guy is a dodgy character, I'm telling you. And every time he says subsequent to that, every time he always says subsequent to that. This guy, he doesn't answer the question. I've never heard him answering the question, even a simple answer, yes or no. He tries to explain.
Moreover.
Furthermore.
Furthermore.
Subsequent to that.
No, the guy, no, he's not answering the question. He never answered the question. I'm telling you. That's all I wanted to say, guys. So thank you very much, and I like your show, guys.
Thank you.
That purported to the effect of that.
Yeah, that purported. TD Anna happy. Thank you, our member, and thank you for your generous donation.
Oh, Anna happy.
And then,
guys, thank
Maminas. I don't know if the name you called it correct. They're saying people, Maminas. Thank you. Tembelani Kanya. Thank you. Net. Thank you.
Net.
And Colin Lovu, thank you.
Colin Lovu, thank you.
Please listen to the interview from Mr. Majavu, legal analyst from Newsroom Africa. Is so damning to this case. Thank you. We will do so.
Okay, Mr.
Caesar, thank you. Thanks very much, Emily and Mr. Anonymous, for such informative show. I am new here, but I've learned a lot from this show. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. We are humble. Sims Klaba, thank you. Kudlalong Ntanzi, serious. Joseph Sbeko, he's just subsequently everything. Is subsequently everything. And then we have Didi Talks. True. Why does he have to need to over explain? That's a red flag. Oh, come on, Mangavel. Or allegedly. But all I know, and honest, this is my honest experience. If you are lying,
you'll over explain.
You want to explain. But that's if I'm not saying he's lying. All I'm saying is that that's my own experience. That once you feel like your lie is not enough, you want to explain more. Until you are actually entangling yourself to, So
it's not the sign of intelligence at all.
You must just trust whatever you said. Your lie, trust your lie. Mm-hmm. If you lie, allegedly. Ntanzi, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can shoot.
Yes, I just want to talk about this thing of Sangoma that they say Kaylee went to cleanse herself.
Yes.
I just want us to compare. Why did they call the other Inyanga to come and write a statement against Ntanzi, but they left that one for Kaylee? Why he didn't give the statement as well?
Exactly. Good question. Because
you see, it leaves a question because they interviewed Ntanzi with that Nyanga, but now Gininda is saying they went to cleanse from the Sangoma, which means he interviewed that. Why doesn't bring the statement from that Sangoma for Kelly? Because that Sangoma will have to tell us how many people came to cleanse.
Yes.
Because now they're talking about Kelly. We want to know how many people came to that Sangoma to cleanse themselves. That's where the matter will come out. Yes, that's what I wanted to submit.
Thank you very much.
Your submission is a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to know about the other Sangoma. They're being mentioned in the affidavit. It means just like Lion was called.
Oh, son, Isibanda, he is lying, period. Here we go. Thank you, Ned. Thank you very much. We love you too.
Guys.
Thank you, Ned. Thank you for generous giving.
I'm humbled. We are humbled.
In this case, they were choosing the bogus police only being led by the master key. Allegedly. This is the dogs of the dog. The dog of the dogs. Allegedly. CN Parker. Baloyi and Gininda are waiting to edit those documents according to their favor. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Tuli Tools. Gininda. uses these long meaningless sentences to distract the court. He keeps on using essays. Ntanzi, hello.
His answers are essays. I'm exhausted.
Yebo sawubona. Yes, you are in. You can just shoot.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can shoot.
Njani?
Sikhona baba.
Ya siyaphila. Kune video enye ngiyisendile lapho ya first appearance.
Yeah.
Lapho khona uNtanzi ezama ukukhuluma lapho makathi uyakhuluma bayamisa.
Yeah.
And then le judge imtshela ukuthi makafuna ukukhuluma neintatheli uzokhuluma nazo ngaphandle.
Akusi conference.
Semanje la since nami ngumuntu engilandela ngomzansi reality ngithanda umsebenzi owenzayo. So but mina ukungizwisa ubuhlungu la ukuthi since icase iqala kuyazikhomba ukuthi indaba yalabantu ayikho iphekiwe. So kubuhlungu ukuthi umthetho wase South Africa siyaphoxeka ngawo. For example kunesinye story esenzekile but ngeke ngisisho kakhulu. Cishe umuntu wafa engazi lutho ngenxa yeclip engabonakali kahle and lo muntu lo the worst part bamthathe bayojika naye epolice station bathi nangu lo muntu besifunela simtholile amaphoyisa athambane yobona ukuthi nenzana ngaye and cishe afile umntwana abantu. So namanje into engibhekile la kule case le angiboni kahle ukuthi manje sugcine sikwazi ukuthi kahle ubani owabulala Senzo noma sukubona ukuthi indaba ayikuphi. Mara kona ngeke kugcine kusolvekile uyikho nje ukubuhlungu lokho.
Sam. Hey, siyabonga ukusazisa nalokho okunye. Thank you. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you even for the clip.
Yeah, nami ngiyabonga just yikho lokho ngifuna ukukudlulisa ukuthi justice angiyiboni yenzeka la ngoba kugcwele ubusuthi la iphekiwe indaba labantu la.
Hayi siyabonga.
Asibonge ngomsebenzi omuhle sohlala njalo sinilalela nakusasa nje wesinami.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Sharp.
Thank you.
Things are happening. Iyashindlu this morning. That is it right now. Yes, iyashindlu. Nico Maluleka. Hello, Nico. Sam, thank you, fam. And
thank you.
Joe Munare, Danko Zidi, be blessed. Okay, that is Joe Munare talking to Zidi. Kwelakithi uGinindi isigebengu nobaloyi allegedly. Eunice, that Nyanga disappeared. Nyanga disappeared. Right.
I wouldn't blame him or her, because
Zozo Mahlangu. No, guys, Ntanzi did not speak at all, guys. I think Zozo, you are answered now, because this was a long time ago.
It was 3 years
Tari,
ago.
Amen. Thank you. And then we have Farai James. Advocates were asking why he appeared again after Ntanzi said he didn't want him. Yes. Why? That's a good question. Gift Nyat, the judge knows the deal of this case. I guess he's now a part of the receiving those CAC envelope, receiving cash behind doors.
Allegedly. We'll see with the verdict.
We will see. Mongeni, so me. At YouTube, they did not play the whole video. What the guy is saying, I also watched, but it was edited out. Yes, now we know it's different date, Mongeni.
It's different date. It wasn't edited out. Let's
Ntanzi,
retract
hello.
that. It wasn't edited out. It's different.
Ntanzi,
date.
hello.
27th November is the one we must look for.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay, but we're struggling to hear you. You are low.
I'm struggling to hear you guys.
Yeah.
Can hear me.
We can hear you, but it's like you're far. I don't know, you're using your headset or what?
Hello?
Yes. You can just shoot.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, compliments for the new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy?
Actually, I wanted to call you guys yesterday. I couldn't check my YouTube. Then I wanted to they realized like 30 minutes ago, so I couldn't call you guys. So what I wanted to say, I'm not feeling sorry for Kelly. You know when you are signing a contract with a driver, that's what happens. You can enjoy so many years. But one time, that's even better than that's that. Because Kelly is the community for some people. So Kelly, sorry, what's the line? The one I'm saying now, that is Gininda. Okay, Gininda, when the resident is angry. So she believed, and now I was actually looking on Twitter. I thought she would comment or say something, but she was nothing because the reality of the season ends. I'm not speaking her on Twitter. I was talking to her for the first time, and now Gininda is suddenly because she's coming with the Kelly died. No. Okay, I'm there. She actually said that one person, Kelly, we are so one to the four people that are in the house because there's not only Kelly. The rest of the people in the house are also guilty, not only Kelly. We know that Kelly is guilty, one way or another, but she is guilty. But we are not in the common guy. It's going to be exciting. No, we're not excited. I'm not. I still want the rest of the society in the house because there was no heat on Senzo Meyiwa. Was no heat at all. The lot of parts of Senzo, we don't have to know they want to die. No, he was just, it's supposed to be that he was on the call at all. He wasn't living so much if he wanted. So we know that. So this is in the head. So Gininda, let me just say that. Gininda, we like it or not. That's guy smart. We like it or not to guy smart. Gininda knew that, young people you know for sure. It would be one person was in the house to be involved. While they call it, somebody was Kelly. The council are hateful and Kelly. And look at Ubaloli, let offer about 1 million. He said, then I look at the Bungaza. Why does the local don't about also come and say nothing and all that? He said, then I look at the Bungaza. The consent and so on. No, it's just for the game. But I'm glad to say that when they want everyone, because now this child is in the child, just consent. And I'm glad working 29. You can hear my background, I have a family. Using my time. People are great, don't Gininda. I don't know the Gininda as English. It's the music. Making so funny. That's one thing I know for sure. So each one is going to end very soon. They're going back to the main town. And it's not easy for the state to just arrest the state immediately. It's not easy like that. Because remember, kuzomele uma ngabe bembophele kuzomele bezifakazi beselisi. If the court is ukuthi ukuthi okay indlela embophe ngayo indlela imphatha ngayo statement information abantu laba. Okay, I don't take that. Kelly is innocent in the letter. Because the only person who's coming with a theory which is Okay, it's almost is access number 2. So if access number 2 is very specific, it's very concerned, but access number 2, no, it's very innocent and shouldn't do it. So that's my only thought, guys. I just wanted to share even yesterday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I'm calling from my inside the friend.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All is alleged first.
Yeah, all is alleged.
I think on my submission, there is a difference between a person who speaks nicely, proper English, and a person who's smart. That's my submission.
There's a difference.
Yes. For me to give you credit, I would have to say a minimal loopholes. In this case, I can submit for an investigator point of view, DNA testing out.
No.
The issue of a gun is not clear.
No.
One says it's a pistol that shot Senzo. One says it's a revolver, which the theory supports more of a revolver because of the cartridges. They had to make a lot of explanation of why the cartridges were not found.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are coming to testify are saying they saw 2 people. Yet we are told there were about 3-4 people.
5, actually.
5 people. There is a lot of loopholes.
Too many.
If you were to build this case and create it, if you were smart, you were going to first minimize the people who are going to testify.
And let us discuss about how everything of his investigation starts with confessions.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
It's nice to have somebody confessing and you have some form of evidence to back their confession up from the incident itself. It gives the confession weight. So now that there's zero, almost close to no cold case investigations done when it comes to the incident scene, the scene itself.
We are sorry about Linden. We are sorry about the callers. We tried to push everything up, but it was difficult to. But I think you would get some of the things that she was saying.
But
that's why
mostly the gist is around Kelly. She thinks that Kelly's innocent, and she thinks that
and also it depends on what
smart.
Yeah, it depends on what you regard as innocent. Does being an accomplice leave you being innocent, even though you did not pull the trigger?
No, definitely
in this case,
not.
If we were to say that people who were in their house know something about this, but they decided to hide, that is an assumption. Then therefore, no one is innocent in that house.
No.
Whoever testified and ever lied and in under oath, then no one is innocent.
So they saw the incident.
That is if. That is a big if. I like poking the bear, but I do not think that Kelly should come to this case, because I feel like this case is at the end.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Pretty much.
Done. If people wanted to arrest Kelly would be jailed by now. But because she's capable of suing if this case is a mistrial.
She is. Let us discuss that, how she's capable of actually suing, because she had the...
Yes.
Is there.
So they wouldn't just arrest him like these guys and create cases. You can't do that with Kelly. You can create cases if they were creating cases. I'm just saying if, and that's an allegation, that's an assumption, nothing...
Imagine
you can't just create.
Suing the state.
Yes, so if you arrest her, you must arrest her for this case, right? So there is not gonna be a substance what and or ammunition ish. No, it has to be this thing.
Yeah, we'll wait and see for this movie to play out. We'll see.
But all in all, guys, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you. Those who contributed through calling, those who contributed through commenting, and those who sent voice notes.
Yes.
We thank you for the
video.
over here. The video that you sent. That's what Mzansi is all about.
It's all about
having people all corners assisting. Malachi Johannes, thank you. And thank you. It's a bye from me.